皆さんこんにちは、ディスポリス前回の続きをやっていこうと思います。ちなみに何か気づかれた方がおられるかもしれませんが、前回一つ、事故がありまして飛んでますね第7回目が飛んで8回目になってますけど、ちょっとお許しください。進んでいきましょうか。視聴者職員全員に、使用者支給、意味が分かりませんね。まあいいや。でもこれ普通に考えてアメリカのことだからなんてよく分からないですが、日本の市の役所だよね考えるとありえないですよね。窓口業務の人たちがたくさんいるわけですよね。その人たちに使う車がいるわけがなくて普通に常識的に考えてありえないよね。小規模の麻薬取引組織フリーバーグに侵入、ジュニアホッケーリーグ準決勝フリーバーグで開催か。次行きましょうかね。はい。なぜ署の警官たちをフェミニストをデモに送り込んだのですか？それが俺の仕事だ。そうだね。デモ参加者が実際に他人に危害を加えたという事実はあったんですか？わからない。現場にいなかったね現場に行っていないのに分かるわけがないでしょ。そうですね。あなたはご結婚されていますね。なぜ私の仕事の何の関係もないでしょ。あなたは女性に対する印象は？不適切な質問だ。検事かセラピストにでもなったおつもりですか？事件に関係ない質問で、混乱させるのはやめていただきたい。でも無理やり鎮圧させるよう命令を出しましたか？市のせいだ。そうするよう市長から書面で要請がありました。実行する他に選択はなかった。
In my new role as corrupt official, I had to give up some of my favorite habits. I couldn't turn off my phone when my head ached. Couldn't sleep till noon on Saturday and let the rest of HQ take up the slack. No more days off to go fishing. But my weekly visit to the old colony club was more like tradition. One night a week, I absorbed cigar smoke, the vague smell of alcohol, the stench of urine, all mixed with toxic levels of old drunken belches. Same picture it was 30 years ago. Tradition's gotta be honored. And to stay faithful to the tradition, you've got to respect the standard rituals. When you're about to roll out of the club, you need to take a deep breath and count to 100. If your stomach doesn't do a backflip, you should be good to make it home. This time I only got up to 60. I was interrupted.
Why? You look even better than you do on TV.
There's nothing more impolite than approaching people in the alley at the old colony. This is the most private place in the city. All who enter here dirty their shoes with the most elite stream of vomit in Freeburg. This asphalt has been blessed by judges, lawyers, artists, businessmen, and all our politicians. Takes a lot of balls to crash the party. My head was a drunken haze, but I knew who he was. A cartoon gangster suit straight out of Dick Tracy. Fancy voice, fruit cologne, sassy strut. That's how the newspapers described Vikas Varga, rising star in Freeburg's criminal underworld. He appeared out of nowhere, and with the support of the local punks, Varga broke all the old rules of organized crime. He killed those who could not be killed, traded what could not be traded, and robbed those who could not be robbed. In just a single month, this man had gathered an incredible amount of power. He's been called everything from a clown to a madman to a criminal genius, and more often than not, he's called a low-class upstart short on ideas. But if Vargas was one of the old crime bosses, he'd have been cut into pieces and fed to the river. Look past this guy's arrogance, and there's something about him. The city is still deciding what to do with him. Meanwhile, he's burning down the houses of old city mobsters. Not the best time to talk, Mr. Varga.
Well, you know my name. I'm flattered, although not very surprised, to be honest. I might be a little short on manners. Like they say in your fair city, with the right manners, you can go anywhere. Well, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right here.
Even the criminal world needs manners, Mr. Varga. And one of them is this. Don't interfere with a drunken cop who's trying to take a shit and puke at the same time.
Oh, you exaggerate. But is Freeburg always so gentle with its officers? You've been a bit roughed up lately.
I see you already know Freeburg quite well, Mr. Varga.
Well, I love to learn and look around. But I do know that the inhabitants of this fair city should be friends, Jack. Maybe it's true I don't have the best manners. After all, it's only polite for friends to share their phone numbers. This city of yours moves so fast. I feel like I'm hooked on amphetamines all over again. You wake up in the morning full of ideas, and by nightfall, you've all had each other killed. So don't wait too long to call. I don't mind if you're drunk. It's all the more fun. I'll be stoned myself, most likely. Hell, I'm a little stoned right now. It's the only way to live in this place. I like your city, Jack. I'm here to stay.
If it weren't for the phone number written on my arm, I probably wouldn't have remembered the conversation in the morning. But there was no reason to worry. I'd be getting a reminder soon.
はい、ロジャーズ市長、女子を認める。市長ね。市の命令で警察がフェミニストのデモを武力で鎮圧か。ロジャーズ市長からの直接命令は混乱を起こすな。違いますね。まあいいや。
My morning ritual was plagued by the smell of Vikas Varga's fruity cologne. It was like the sharp citrus scent was chasing me around the house, as if Vikas was right there in my living room. When I finally realized the smell was coming from a big basket of oranges, it didn't put me any more at ease. I'd opened my door to lots of threatening mail, evidence of criminal wrongdoing, even a dead ferret or two. But fruit? Never. You the fruit guy?
Excuse me?
Was it you that brought the basket of oranges?
Nah, it was here when I arrived.
Fine. So who are you?
Today, I'm your driver.
And where are we driving?
To work.
That's it?
Yeah, we have to make an important stop along the way.
Where?
The ranch.
What ranch?
Just the ranch.
Fine. The morning seemed surreal, and I took in the magic. Why wreck it with meaningless chatter? As my tight-lipped chauffeur drove an hour through God knows where, I started to feel like I was in the middle of a bad dream, probably lying bloody and concussed in the alley behind the old Colony Club, my nose buried in a rotten orange peel. But no, this was no dream. The silence was real. The sound of the engine was real. The dust was real enough, too. And there was the ranch over the horizon. It all seemed familiar. The Sand family's overbearing mansion has been the talk of the headlines for decades, but few have managed to get closer than a few miles. I guess I'm just lucky. I didn't know you took private meetings, Mr. Sand.
Only if I expect good company.
I'm surprised my company ranks at all.
Today, yes. Today is a special day.
So it seems.
Do you often go to the old Colony Club, Jack?
Every week.
Meet any interesting people there?
As a rule, no.
Sometimes you make a date, right? Sometimes make new friends.
Sometimes, I guess. But that's not why I go.
And why?
I consider it a hobby.
A hobby. Do you know anything about my hobbies?
Well, judging by the half-dozen animal skins I stepped on walking over here, it's not much of a reach to say you like hunting.
Love it. Well, I say that now. It seemed so tedious when I was a child. Took ever so long. But now I'm older. I've developed a new talent.
What talent is that?
Patience. The will to wait for the right moment. Let's say you want a deer. You know, you deserve it. You've even decided what dishes its meat will go to and where you'll mount its horns. But to get that deer, you've got to wait. To sit in the bushes and stay nice and quiet. Professional hunters will tell you that the hunt is a rare craft. There are many rules. It's shrouded in mystery and ancient skill. Well, that's all complete nonsense. To get a deer, you just sit on the sidelines for a long enough time, pinpoint the moment when it's finally time to shoot. I learned the talent, Jack, but not like you, oh, Jack. You truly are the master.
I don't understand.
Oh, come on, Jack. I know about the 500,000. I know your plan. Kendrick told me everything. Needless to say, I'm impressed. While some people learn to hold their breath for minutes on end and not to rustle the leaves too loudly, why you decided to just become the foliage. You turned yourself into a bush, surrounded by deer who've been so fruitfully multiplying for decades. But all this time you've held your rifle at the ready. Forgive an old man his imagery, Jack. I've the heart of a poet, I confess.
Look, I don't know what was said between you and Kendrick, but it sounds like you got it wrong.
Oh, I think I understand everything just fine. And I think we understand each other quite well. Jack, in the coming war, we'll make excellent partners.
What war?
One war falls upon every generation. My grandfather drove out the Ambersons back when he was 27. My father destroyed that psychopath gangster, Maurice Bell, when he was a sprightly 30. At 69, I'd begun to think my war had passed me over. But my time has come at last. Tomorrow Vicus Varga declares war, and I'm obliged to answer.
So, we're talking about Varga now.
I don't know how he thinks. I don't even know whether he plans his actions or not. I can't divine his purpose. Hell, I don't even know where he comes from. He's a man not of our breed, wouldn't you say? But when he arrived here, I invited him in, told him we could work together. An official invitation penned in my own hand and written on some very expensive paper. And can you imagine his reply? A fruit basket. What sense can be made of such a message?
I guess it means whatever you want it to.
Precisely.
I'm late for work, Mr. Sand.
You know, Jack, I could just give you $500,000 right now, cash, whatever denominations you like. But I would never insult you so. If I went stalking my prey for so many years, I wouldn't want someone else to shoot it for me. I understand you, Jack. And I'll never ask you for anything that's contrary to your nature. Just think about our conversation. Think about it. And call me.
Like I said, it's a whole new life, and I've had to give up some old habits. One of them, keeping away from things that don't concern me. Now I can't afford the luxury. This spotlight I'm under, concerns is all I got.
ここはサンドに協力しておきましょうか。
Tell him it's Boyd.
所長、息子がひどい病気にかかってしまいました。すみませんが、帰宅しても良いですか？まあ仕方ないですね。よし。息子は許しましょう。さあ、任務開始しましょう。ペナルティ。したがって予算を削減させてもらう。6でも6でも7でもない。仕方がないので給料ね。どうやら職員たちが陰謀を企んでいるらしい。ほう。警察学校。ふん。その名誉を失った？なん苦情を申し出た職員のうち2人は公式に話を聞くことになっている。これらの職員は公式な苦情。職員からの苦情は検察官に送られた。これからさらなる、調査が開始されるだろう。してください。視聴者、いよいよ明日だ。何事も、起こらないようにの何が明日だ。ヒーローなので。 何が下なんだちょっと分かってないや。リクエスト却下。ああ、そう、そう。はい。じゃあいいや。口止めなんかいらない。何も調査は今してないな。これどうするのこの市長を殺すとか過激なことを言ってますが、市長が一番悪なんですよね。早い話。いいな、これ。これか。ジョナサン・ビーズリーは、暴れそうになっているのを、助けたんですよね。式は27日に予定されており、これにはマスコミも訪れる。さらに、グリーン上院議員の家族が直接警察にお礼を言いたいと言っている。式の前にこの警官に何か起こっては困る。彼には無事に席に出席してメダルを受け取ってもらわなければ困ると。そういうことですね。はははは。わかりました。リーズリー君ね。まだいたかな。リーズリー君。シフト A。ね。解雇すればよかったね。どうせ。どういう。かなりこう。はい。大規模な喧嘩騒ぎ。クラブですね。ナイトクラブ。クラブの支配人から通報があって、20人以上の男が関わっていて、刃物を持っている者もいるため、警備員たちは近づけない状況にあると。複数の負傷者がダンスフロアに横たわっているが、騒動の原因を知る者はいない。なるほど。どうしようかな、これ。よし。
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
In
progress.
これは間に合わない。これはなんだろう。どうしようもないですね。
311
412A complete.
教会ですね。教区民であるマリア・サーベンタインから、教会の中から銃声が聞こえたと通報があった。帽子をかぶったひげの男が、懺悔室に入ったと銃声が聞こえた。男は落ち着いた様子で部屋から出てくると、帽子を脱いで胸の前で十字を切ってベンチに座った。3人で行かしてみましょう。
410A in progress.
殺人未遂。ヨハネ病院。リンダー・フォワードは、前回の治療時に、歯科医に顔面を麻痺させられたと口ごもりながら話した。モンスターが毒を注入したんだとは早く逮捕して。2人で十分でしょ。1人死んじゃった。犯人が逃げた。犯人に逃げられた。警官は死亡。市民は無事。アイテム発見。非自動小銃。一人でこんなに持ってたの？よく意味わからないね。警察署に連行で。どうしようかな。ちょっとここは売ってみましょうか。はい。あれ？なんで？一人死亡したのに雇えないはずないんだけど。普通の鎮痛剤なんだ。そんなとこでしょ。ね、なんで雇えないのか。まあいいや。テロ行為、クリストファーサンド、アイスグアリーナ、アイスクリームの販売員が、不審な黒いバッグがベンチに長時間置きっぱなしになっていることに気がついた。これわかんないんですね、言ってみないとね。 まあとりあえず4人送ってみましょう。警察が現場に到着し、バッグの中を何かが動いているのを確認した。爆発処理車がバリに到着するのを待つ。なんで？意味がわからない。シフト B。おかしいな。次の日にならないとダメかな。すべての職員には週給が支払われる。職員が死亡した場合は、その、事務処理を遅らせることで、その職員の給料を横領できる。書類上生きている間は、市から続き給料が支払われるはずだ。死亡確認しますよ、素直に。はい、ということで、今回はここで終わっておきたいと思います。はい、それではまた次回。